So, Taryn, I'm kind of curious to hear how your summer's going. Any big projects you're working on?
I've just been busy. No big projects going on. Sorry, my cat. My
Good to
cat's
have
walking across the
pets.
screen. Just been busy. Recently, I took a trip last weekend. Just a short trip to Duluth.
Was it like a trip for fun?
Duluth.
Oh, you did.
To Duluth. Yeah, for fun with
What did
my
you come
husband
see in
and
Duluth?
friends. I visited Lake Superior, the aerial lift bridge.
The lift bridge?
The name of the bridge is aerial lift bridge.
Yep, the aerial lift bridge, right.
Yes, the aerial lift bridge. I seen 2 harbors. Two harbors.
2 harbors, cool. So did you drive up the North Shore Scenic Drive?
Yeah, I drove. No, I didn't drive. The canal park. I went to the canal park and 3M, the 3M museum.
The Harbor Maritime Museum? Or was it the aquarium?
No, 3M, the 3M museum in 2 harbors.
Oh, okay. The lighthouse that's up there?
And the building at 3M. No lighthouse.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'm not aware of 3M up in 2 harbors.
Like
they make
the
tape.
tape company. The tape company. Before they tell about the history, I don't know.
So is it like a
how
museum
the
about the
business
history
works.
of the business? History of the company?
Yes, exactly. The company history and how they started. How they started the building in Duluth. Mining. They started with mining. How it first was established and how they expanded and grew the company with metal.
Is it 3M Minnesota Mining and Manufacturing? Was that where 3M came from? And did it start in 2 harbors?
Yes, you're right.
Like, is that where the original company started? Because I didn't realize that.
Right. That's the first place that the business was developed and started and established. It's cute. It was cool. Yeah, the museum is a big tourist attraction in Duluth. I didn't get to see the lighthouse along the water. It was closed and it was cold.
Was it
and
Split
there was
Rock Lighthouse up on the
where
North
there was
Shore?
rocks. Yeah, I didn't
Okay.
have time to go there.
Cool. Did you have nice weather when you came?
It was fine. Friday it was fine. Saturday fine. I arrived on Thursday and it was hot, like sticky and humid. But it was fine. It was nice.
That's awesome.
Small trip, just 2 weeks. Saturday. Went
When you
home.
came, did you see any big ships come through the canal when you were down in Canal Park?
No big ships. I've seen some
Because
ships, but nothing
yesterday,
big.
one of the 1,000-foot ore boats, they had just got loaded up, they were really weighted down. And when they went through the canal, kind of underneath that aerial lift bridge, they got too close to one of the sides. They weren't centered, so they actually scraped along the side of the cement side there. And as they were going out, they got stuck and had to back up, and then had to kind of get centered and work their way out. So it was a little bit of a crazy time there yesterday. As you know, you can imagine a 1,000-foot boat getting stuck in that canal.
Wow, that's awful. Whew. I seen no big ships. The aerial lift bridge was cool. That was cool.
Did you go over across the bridge onto Park Point, kind of on all that sandy beach?
Yeah, I seen it, but I didn't walk along it, no. There were houses and homes all along there, so, I mean, people were on there, but I don't know. I didn't see no parking, and I didn't know if you were able to walk along there.
Well, if you come next time, know that the beach is all public. So even though there are houses along it, the beach part is all public. So if you go down just about half a mile, there's a kind of an entry point there's public parking to get onto the beach. But you can walk, it's 7 miles of beachfront. That's essentially a public park. You can walk up and down. So it is a super nice place to go.
I'll keep that in the
I'm
back of
curious-
my mind. That sounds really cool. Thank you.
Go ahead.
Are you close to the lighthouse? Are you close?
Like Bentleyville?
Are you close to the lighthouse or the lights?
Bentleyville? Where they...
Yes, Bentley.
Yeah. I mostly see it
been?
from a distance. There's so many people that come up for that. So it's not really, like, I don't really enjoy crowds all that much, but I've been a couple of times. But it is pretty cool. I mean, it's, that whole field in front of Bayfront is just filled with all sorts of lights, and they have free marshmallows that you can roast, and you can get cookies and all that. So it's a pretty cool deal. Have you come up for that?
I just recently learned about it. I thought it was a small area where the lighthouse was, but I didn't realize how big it was.
Well, it's kind of where the playground is, that playfront area. So it kind of goes from where the playground is. You kind of enter there, and there's kind of lights all the way around, and then that big field in front of Bayfront, kind of between the canal, and where the the aquarium is. All of that grassy space is essentially, it's kind of winding a pathway, so it goes back and forth and back and forth. So it's not a super big space, but it's all kind of packed in with different stuff.
I imagined it to be bigger, but I didn't know what to look at and what to see. I didn't know to go there.
Well, I think some of it too is so much of it goes up. Like they have some of the they have these kind of metal wire trees that are like stacked on top of each other that go up, and they're like, I don't know, probably 50, 60 foot high trees that are all just encased with lights. So it's not like you're just going in and looking all at kind of eye level. There's also some times where you have to look up like you're looking kind of at this tower of lights. But it is, especially, in wintertime when it gets so dark, with Duluth on a hill like it is kind of cool to be up on the hill and be able to look down over and just see all the different lights. But I think, during that time, like
that's
when
really
it's
cool.
open for those 2 or 3 weeks, I think we get almost like 500,000 visitors to the city for it. So there are tons of people who come up from the Twin Cities, and it's definitely a big attraction.
I didn't know it was like an event like that, but that's cool. I didn't know it was that important.
Yeah,
I looked on the
it's not.
on the line, but I didn't know it was like that. I blame myself for not going to see that.
Do you like doing other things outside in the
Maybe
wintertime?
next time. It depends, I enjoy if there's like an event or something special to go see. I don't mind to be out. But, something like that. That's
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I would recommend somebody to drive all the way up from Minneapolis and St. Paul to just see the lights, and go home. Although I think lots of people do that. But like if you were someone who liked cross-country skiing or downhill skiing or stuff like that, then there's lots of good places to come up and do things like that in the winter. And then, throw in the lights at the end of the day.
yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea. Do other things and plans and activities and then go see that. That makes sense.
Yeah, I'm curious, when you came up last weekend, did you stay in a hotel?
Yeah, hotel. Mm-hmm.
And what was that? I haven't been to a hotel since the COVID-19 thing broke out. What was that like? Did they have kind of special things in place?
Not a whole lot. Just, when you pay or eat, there's a like plexiglass shield in front. When you're ready to pay or give a key, there's the shield. You stay 6 feet apart. Wear a mask. I was surprised that they gave out s'mores at night. They gave them to everyone. S'mores. S'mores that you eat. S'mores for the fire with, long sticks and bags or a Ziploc bag. Two sticks and with marshmallows. And you see people and this way you have your own stick. and you're not using, someone else's that you're eating off it and stuff like that. But yeah, that's pretty
So
much it.
did they give you like individual packages? So like you got a little Ziploc bag with your own some more supplies? Oh, got it.
Yes, yes. Everything individual. You would get
So
at
were
the
you
same
staying
table.
down at Canal Park?
Yes. Near Lake Superior.
In on Lake Superior? That's cool because they have those fire rings that are out kind of in back behind the hotel that look out over the lake. Is that right? Although, were you able to
Yes.
see the lake from there? Because I know they're doing that construction project and have those big piles of rocks out there. Were you able to see through the rocks to the lake?
They are doing construction work and improvements along the wall. The lake. I don't know. If they're building a wall, a longer wall. But there was a long wall, like a full wall. Maybe they're building. That's what I imagine. I couldn't. Or could you continue to still walk along? I didn't know. So
Well, that part of the lake walk in the time we've lived here has been destroyed by storms like 4 or 5 times. And so I think what they're going to do is take all those big rocks and just make a really solid kind of rock wall along the lake to protect it. But you should still be able to walk up to the rocks at certain points and get down on the water. But I'm not exactly sure what it's going to look like.
have you? That's smart that they're building a new wall.
Yeah, they've
A
had
stronger
smaller
wall
rocks than that,
improvement.
so I think they're kind of going to add to the rocks and make it a little further out too, because it used to be that the lake walk was kind of pretty close to the water, but then on the big storms like in November, sometimes there'll be 20-foot waves that come in and crash over there, and it just tears up everything. So they're trying to not have that happen so often.
I see. That's better to improve it. Yeah, we'll see what happens with
Yep.
it in the future.
Well, it's cool to hear about your trip to Duluth. I don't know where Stefan was. I'll follow up with him, but I'm glad I got to hear a little about your time up here.
It's nice chatting with you.